of the drawbacks of modern Hindus in India is they can't make this distinction. They get caught up and they get in a real mess. And so the rationality is thrown out of the window. I'll tell you how. First of all, the scriptures of authority we possess are called the Shruti scriptures. And Shrutis, if you like, are nothing but expression of the God-realized people regarding their spiritual experience. This is the foundation of Shrutis. And they're captured in the Vedic scripture in little gems called the Upanishad. And I'm telling you, majority of Hindus have never even read a single Upanishad. But this is the heart, the throbbing heart of Hinduism. The very deeper vision regarding nature of reality, given expression by ancient and modern rishis, means people who are able to say God is a matter of experience, not book learning for me. And when they give expression to this, this is called the Upanishad. And the word Upanishad says, come near me, I'll destroy your delusion regarding nature of reality. What is this all about? I'll explain to you. Come near me. This is the meaning of Upanishad. And this is the throbbing philosophic heart of Hinduism. And majority Hindus have no clue about it. Now we are fortunate. You see, the Bhagavad Gita is in a way a synthesis. There are 108 Upanishads, quite a lot. And about 10 or 11 which are central. But it's so difficult, it's very subtle, it's very poetic, so it's difficult sometimes to grasp it. So wonderful script we have produced is Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita is a synthesis of the Upanishadic teachings. So the philosophic heart of Hinduism captured in this lovely kind of dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna on the battlefield of Mahabharata. And this is considered to be the scripture of authority for Hindus. The Bhagavad Gita is the central one. Okay, these are the important, if you like, I would rely on them. If you want to make spiritual progress, if you are serious about spirituality, this is what you focus on. But then you see, these are very subtle ideas and difficult to grasp, difficult to digest, difficult to engage with. So the Hindus are very clever and nothing wrong with it. They have produced mass of literature to make these ideas accessible and digestible for the common man. Now this mass of literature is there are two particular epics we call the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Epic means a big story. Now the Hindus claim, look, my language is very guarded. The Hindus claim both Ramayana and Mahabharata have got historic foundation, and I agree with that. It's not just made up story. So Ramayana and Mahabharata are, if you like, second set of scriptures which have got historic foundation but present the idea of spirituality suited for the modern human being, in the sense they can engage with it. That's why the story of Ramayana and Mahabharata is so popular. But again, it comes with a health warning. Please be aware. The health warning is this. These stories, these particular stories took place about 5,000 years ago. And they've been told and retold by word of mouth over thousands of years. They were not written down. They only written up about 2,500 years back or 3,000 years back. So they were passed on by oral tradition over thousands of years. And I'm telling you, I'm warning the Hindus, be aware. There will be a lot of things that have been added, exaggerations put in, to make the story much more colorful. And a lot of things have been washed out, taken out, because it seems wrong. It must kind of, in a way, kind of whitewash the cracks. So some of the stories, even though they have been passed, they have this kind of been sanitized. So be aware. There may be some issues in the Ramayana and Mahabharata which you say doesn't make sense because they've been sanitized. And there are a lot of exaggerations, a lot of kind of, super stories kind of incorporated within the Ramayana and Mahabharata. So be aware of that. But still they have got very powerful, if you like, historic foundation, I agree. But then we are not still satisfied. We love storytelling, and all human beings love stories. If I do philosophy, you go to sleep on me. If I do stories, yeah, come on, let's go for it. So people like stories. So we are very good storytellers. The Hindus are the best storytellers in the world. So we have produced 18 Mahapuran. They're called Mahapuran. The Mahapuran means big Puran. But be careful, the word Puran means these are, if you like, legendary stories. Dantakatha, they are the story legendary, but when the Hindus hear this, they shudder. They say, Mr. Lakhani, you're calling about really mythology. I say, my friend, when you say Puran, you are already telling us this is a legendary story. Now, the legendary stories have got all these colorful gods and goddesses and kind of interaction between the gods and goddesses. A wonderful, colorful way of presenting spirituality suited to the human mind, because they are kind of much more social and so on. So, you got Shiva and Parvati kind of tussling or something, or Vishnu helping Shiva or Shiva. All these colorful kind of technology, kind of teachings come in the Puranic stories. So far, so good. Now, Purans are a wonderful way of making religious ideas digestible. So far, so good. But the problem is this, my friend. Check out with any Purani, any of these Kathakars. If you tell them, did this actually happen? Do you know what they will say? They'll scratch their chin and say, I think it's a matter of faith. Vishwas ka baat. What Vishwas? can this actually happen? It kind of flies in the face of common sense and rationality. You're saying this actually happened? Oh yes, it's a matter of belief, a matter of faith. What matter of faith? It flies in the face of common sense. So when you hear Puranic stories, if you necessarily go and talk to the Puranic and say, look, is it true? This is actually happened. And he will not give you a proper answer. Because if he gives a proper answer saying this is storytelling, all his power disappears and his own status goes down. So he will not agree. He will kind of waffle. But I am warning you as an academic, Puranic stories are just that. Take the message from it, use it fully, because it engages the youngsters and the elderly people to relate to religion. Nothing wrong. I'm not going to stop it. In fact, the modern world is also using Puran. You know, when you see the Star Wars and X-Men and all this, these are like a modern mythology, modern storytelling to put across very subtle, very powerful ideas about how human beings can be empowered, how they can be clever, courageous, adventurous. All these ideas, again, in modern mythology is visible and human beings love that. And we have produced huge mass of it, but we then sometimes mix them up, think these are literal truths. They are not literal truths. So this is like the position of the Purans. I'm not undermining them, simply saying recognize them for what they are and make sure you don't get caught up by trying to give it literal meaning. The next thing is this. Then we have the Shastras. I really shudder. Now Shastras are law books created by Hindus to deal with kind of human issues, social, cultural issues, saying, okay, you can't do this, you have to do this, Nishid, this is not allowed, this is allowed, like that. So these are called Shastras. These are Graha Sutras. Now again, they come with real serious health warning, like the Manusmriti. Health warning. This only was suitable for a particular set of people at a particular historic period. They do not have any kind of, their sell-by date is gone long time ago, and yet when you kind of challenge a Pandita, you say, oh, Shastra, you not written in the Shastra, Mr. Lakhani, where do you get it from? I say, yeah, because I've outgrown the Shastras. So again, with the Shastras, these injunctions you get, with the prescription you get from the Shastras, I'm telling you, be aware, they have a limit, they've got a very limited lifespan, and their lifespan in most, like Manusmriti, has disappeared long time ago. It's completely outdated. So be aware of this kind of more difficult, Shastras that we have to sometimes subscribe to. Don't subscribe to it. I'm saying create your own new one. The modern giants of Hinduism have created new sets of rules for society. Look at the Swaminarayan's movement. You see, the Siksha Patra. This is the way you lead your lives. Then think with the ancient Shastras. So get modern vision of Shastras. Subscribe to that. That is fine.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism. Sponsored by People Care. Encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.